Welcome back to Broad Street Bullied. In this episode, the party has a brief discussion with a mammoth, but most of the time, it is teaching Cliff some basic facts that most adults know. Let's roll.
For 3 years.
I'm aware. I remember. It's awful.
He's recording, FYI.
I did all 10 of my reviews in one day this year.
Just get it over with.
I just did all of them in one fucking day. I was like, I'm doing it.
And no one reads them. They don't care.
Nah, no one cares.
Nice.
That's all a big fucking joke. Although I have a couple younger developers, so they still kind of like, what is it? And it's like, don't worry about it.
You don't have that the young guy anymore, though, right? That was there when I was there.
No, he left.
Smart.
But I got 2 more people.
Smart.
I have a lady developer now.
Did you oh my God.
You want me to get it?
Could you please?
Oh, the door upstairs. I thought you meant that one.
He did. He left it wide open.
Because the cat, it's not so much Pepper, it's the cat that really is fucking annoying.
Anybody want a beer?
I'm gonna get one in a little bit, but I'm good for it right now.
All right, what's happening with this mammoth now?
Well, he's kind of off kilter because you said you know his master and he believed you, but he's also like, you guys are kind of sus.
Are we though?
A little bit. So how did you know Geigen?
Wait, that's not fair. We already rolled. He believes us.
No, he's just asking. It's like, no, you already believe us. You can't ask us questions. No, that's not how
That's
it
how
works.
it works in BG3.
We were wandering around, and we met him.
Yeah. Oh.
He should now just implicitly believe us.
He does implicitly believe you. He's just
Just gotta give him plausible excuses.
he's just asking.
We did
met
stuff.
in our travels.
You let me poke him.
Yeah, but it's been a while. We've been traveling around. And we've been back. We didn't realize he died 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. We cut him up and put him in ice.
I just saw him last month.
Oh, in case he wants to come back to life?
Right.
Yeah.
You never know.
Obviously.
Never know.
I mean, wouldn't he want to come back to life?
I think everyone will come back to life, except for a couple people I know.
I want to come to life.
You are alive.
More alive.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be a real boy?
I want to be a real bush.
You are a
On the
real boy.
nethers of a beautiful woman.
Oh God.
That's his new life quest.
He wants to be
I want to be a sex organ bush.
He wants to be
The bush isn't the sex organ.
That's not the sex
It just
organ.
covers the sex organ.
No, he's saying
bush
the sex
of
organ's
the
bush.
sex
He
organ.
wants he wants to be a merkin. You know what a merkin is?
Do you?
I know everything, Cliff.
Yeah, with your malarkey or whatever.
A
it was
merkin
before.
is a Pussywig.
That sounds like a fancy British man.
I'm Reginald Pussywig.
How dare
How dare you, sir?
I challenge you to a duel.
I come from a long line of pussy wigs,
My last name is a family name.
and I shan't be taught to like this.
We've lived in South Farthings for 100 years.
There's been tens of pussy wigs.
Why can't I find the fucking...
Jesus Christ!
So, is there any
What is
other
even happening?
mammoths or walruses or elks or wolves that hang out in here?
Who
Just
knows?
you?
Who knows, my friend? Who knows?
What do you mean, who knows?
You do. We were thinking you would.
No.
Are you the master of this place now?
I
This
guess.
domain?
By default. I guess. I mean, now I'm... What am I master of? Myself? Because everything's dead.
We saw some emaciated wolves out there. What are they doing?
Oh, there's wolves running by here all the time.
Oh, did the other wolves take care of them, or?
Usually.
Yeah.
They did.
Wolf on wolf
So
crime
they
is
were
real
alive.
bad.
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna.
Should we chop them up and put them in ice?
No. It's
Okay.
fine. Just let the other wolves eat them.
Oh my god.
They're not like the same kind of wolf, so I guess that's okay.
That's fair.
Is that
Yeah.
fair?
It's not cannibalism then.
I don't even know what we're doing here. Why are we here?
Because we were gonna save the town from those wolves.
Oh, well, we did.
Wait.
Mission
Apparently
accomplished.
Yeah, but
But there
Was
might be
it?
stuff in this place we want to look at.
Okay. So what are we doing with this mammoth? Are we gonna kill it?
No. We've evaded having to fight it.
I understand, but like, what's next step?
do we want to
Can we
kill
look
it?
around the?
Because
Can
I
we look
don't-
around the palace?
I can't fucking find Dugan's hole. I don't like that. Argos.
My youngest just had his first.
Monarchy.
No. His first Wawa sugar cookie with sprinkles.
Yeah.
Dude, I look in the rear view mirror, just like. I was like, they're good. Those are good cookies.
Maybe you should take it back a notch. Okay, here we go.
That Bud Light Lime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's better in a pool.
Like a pool of Bud Light Lime?
Yeah.
You shouldn't take that in a pool.
You shouldn't mix alcohol in swimming.
It's way better in larger quantities.
Way better if you have a whole pool of it.
If you can swim in it, that's the right amount.
Take a piss.
Like
take
a hot
drink.
day.
Yeah.
It would be
just recycling.
It's a
I
refreshing.
don't think you can get drunk through your testicles. I don't know.
I don't know.
You can
A way
try
to
it.
find out.
Oh, man.
No, but I
not on the
fucked up your couch.
All right, so he's like, yeah, I mean, if you knew, I can take you to see his
chambers.
mortal remains if you want to go look.
Yeah, why not?
So he takes you around. You go into a.
Do we see other rooms as we're passing by?
Yeah, you pass by a room that's filled with barrels that you assume is whale oil because that's what everyone does around here.
Oh.
And there is a big cavernous chamber with a big fur bedroll, and the fur's all matted and muddy. You assume this is where he slept.
That's hot.
Is this where you slept? What's your name, by the way?
I don't have a name.
Oh, do we call
Can we name you then?
No.
Mary
Cletus.
My?
No.
Marry my man.
Mary my
Can I call you Pussywig?
That sounds fancy.
It does.
I like it. Yes, Reginald Pussywig is my name from now on. The Mammoth.
Mammoth.
Did you get turned? Did you get turned on? Did you get turned alive by a druid?
Turned on.
Yeah, druids are hot. No, yeah, it was this crazy woman.
I know her.
I think she did it to a lot of things.
She did it to a lot of
Right,
things.
she did it to this thing.
Yeah.
She did it to this
Wait,
thing.
she did it to a bush? I mean, animals I get. How does a bush come to life?
Okay, we don't need to be rude.
I was just asking.
He says that a lot. He doesn't.
I don't really understand what rude is. So feeling it out.
Okay.
It's an abstract concept.
I don't like his voice at all.
It's very contextual.
Contextual?
Contextual.
Contextual. Gotcha.
Sorry, I've been smoking some herb.
And he wants to be American.
Nope.
You said you wanted to be American.
Says Pussywig.
Rather be a Pussywig.
Pussywig, I would like to walk around your campus.
Tip lodge.
Your lodge.
What? Why do you want to walk around?
It's very interesting to me. I'm new to this world.
Oh man, he's
Yeah, he's something. You can keep him.
no thanks. So he takes you to the throne room, which is an oval chamber with high walls of glittering ice resembling a sepulcher.
A seppuku?
Sepulcher.
Sorry?
It's a coffin? Okay.
He's learned lots.
Period stuff. Coffin stuff. This is the best day.
The frozen, hacked-up corpse of a frost giant lies on the floor, entombed in translucent ice, and looming next to its woolly mammoth, which you already met. Not far from the mammoth, carved from a single block of ice, is a giant-sized throne atop a circular dais. Crystal. Wait. What the fuck is that? Chiseled. Sorry. Chiseled into the. There was a dash. Chiseled into the throne's backrest is a large rune.
That's a nice rune.
The throne.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the throne that he used to use. I don't know what he.
Can I sit in it?
I guess I don't. He's
Thank
dead.
you.
He's dead. So. Okay, as you sit in the throne, you realize that
You're a homosexual.
you're homosexual. Now,
It's the rune of coming out. You hear in the distance. I'm coming out.
Those barrels were filled with baby oil.
you realize.
That looks like there's a black man behind all those baby oil barrels.
Oh god! Just because You sit in
Come out, Diddy.
in the throne. You realize that you can summon a blizzard in this throne. It takes a minute to form, but it lasts for 8 hours. So that's kind of how he's been keeping the town in a blizzard.
Oh,
I just
how the
noticed
mammoth
something.
has?
Something.
Well, yeah,
Have you-
someone has, right? Because he's been dead 8 years.
Well, we wouldn't know that yet because he just sat in it
Yeah.
and has the realization.
He didn't know it. You don't know yet.
My eyes get real big. Huh?
You don't have eyes.
You don't have eyes.
Sure I do.
He quivers.
the slug spews.
Ew.
Slug, stop.
Slugs.
Do you want to say anything?
I don't know what to do with this information.
What information?
Do you sit in this throne, Mammoth?
No, but I use it to create blizzards.
Wait, what?
It does that, yeah.
Oh, it creates
It
blizzards.
creates blizzards.
But it already the whole of Icewind Dale is like under a frost.
They're like in a super blizzard.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's really bad. That's why they don't have any food or anything. We keep them.
You keep them pinned down.
Yeah, that's why they fuck each other all the time.
Oh my, is that why?
Probably.
These kids seem pretty old. How long you been doing the blizzard thing to them?
For a long time. He
Oh
was
my
doing it before I was.
Yo, what the fuck? That's real fucked up, Mammoth.
We just wanted to see what would happen. It was kind of like a social experiment, and it
We see the two kids run across the back of the chamber. We're like, that's what happens.
Do you see that piebald face, boy?
They can't find their way out.
Good old
They're so
pie
fucking
face.
dumb.
No, piebald is a multicolor.
No, I know, but I
Oh.
don't want to say piebald.
That was for Cliff.
Pie face. Oh.
He didn't know what piebald meant.
I don't know what piebald is.
Oh.
He doesn't know anything about horses.
Horses?
Piebald
The color.
horse.
they call him a pipe.
They're like black and white or...
See, more things you're learning.
Oh wow!
Why would I know these things? I don't understand
Because
why you
you're a
know these
40-year-old
things.
man.
I'm not 40.
Close enough.
What are you, 38?
7.
37?
I
Why
remember.
do you look like you're 40?
Yeah, you're way grayer than
Dude,
me.
do you remember when we worked back at the very large company we all worked at together that we've said 50 times?
Yep.
I went out with the new developers for a drink, and they all, for some reason, we started doing an age guessing game, and they all guessed. I was 28 at the time, and they all guessed that I was 39.
Wow. That had to hurt.
And I was like, oh, man, I'm going to make sure every single one of you gets fired.
And they did.
That's
Now
very
I know
racist.
why workplace
No, I mean, it was
violence
with
occurs.
Sexy Troy was there.
Yeah. He was very sexy. He had hard abs. We touched him.
Gay.
Stupid Sexy Troy.
It was gay.
Actually, I think, Cliff, you touched it, right?
Ew.
We had a whole game going. Who touched his abs?
I would say them.
You did. It's like one ab or one penis.
Did I? I don't know, maybe.
I didn't touch his abs.
I think Dixie wanted to touch them.
She did. I think she did touch
Dixie definitely wanted to touch those abs.
Pretty sure she touched them.
Sexy Troy might have gotten harassed.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, he was definitely sexually harassed. 100%.
Pretty sure we called him
Check
Sexy
out your
Troy
abs.
to his face.
He did call him sexually harassed.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if someone called me Sexy Bruce at work, I'd feel good about myself.
No one's going
I'm just saying I would feel
They're
good
not
about
gonna
myself.
do it, though.
might
It's never
happen.
happening.
Stop asking
I'm gonna tell my
people.
team they have to call me that.
Sexy Bruce.
We don't want to call you that. It feels
You're
weird.
sexually harassing us by telling us to say that to you.
Say it!
Say it.
Right there is no God!
That one could have gotten us in
That
trouble.
would have gotten
I'm
us
pretty
in
sure
trouble.
that could have got you in a lot of
Oh,
trouble.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
We were trying to get the Muslim guy to write "There is no God" in his developer.
His little
Example.
POC.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck he was showing us.
And he was like, "I cannot," and
Yeah,
we're like,
proof of
"Write it." He's like, "I cannot."
I'm pretty sure they're not allowed.
I cannot. That's what I think Bruce was like, write it! He's like, I cannot.
Yeah, you
They're like, all right,
you
that's
did a lot of fucked up shit there,
Yeah.
Cliff.
Me?
Cliff was the worst.
Yeah, he is the worst.
Because we
Bruce was the worst.
No, you were the worst.
He put up the fucking milk containers.
I get it, but you were the worst from a management perspective because I had to deal with your bullshit.
See, my funniness was low, stayed under the radar.
Like when I was, do you remember the
Yes.
the hell what's it called?
remember it all.
What did I call it?
Minarchy.
Oh, the sweeping pejoratives. For,
Oh, yes.
For you remember that speech? The sweeping. You don't remember it because you don't.
You
remember
can't
it.
make sweeping pejoratives about management.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like,
That was
you, I'll do
him!
whatever I want. No, he said, okay, yeah, you're right. I won't do it. You were
I'll
like,
do what
fuck
I
you,
want.
I'll do what I want. I was like, I at least told you.
My job is to tell you that job is completed.
Yeah.
That wasn't even his job.
It wasn't my job.
He was a
wasn't-
manager. Yeah, they just made it because the managers there sucked
The managers did suck.
in a sweeping way.
In a
Sweet
sweeping-
pejoratively way. They were
Just-
terrible.
They were all awful. Awful.
Big cowards and pussies.
Big, gigantic,
It's big fucking pussies.
gigantic.
This is why we
pussies.
got away with all this shit, because they couldn't fire us because they needed us.
Yeah, we were one of the few good people that actually did work to make
Right,
them look
and we
better.
did awful things, and they just had to sit there and be like,
Is this where you play D&D?
No.
no. We
We
didn't
had-
play D&D then.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
We had this one guy.
You didn't
who-
hit full nerd at that point.
No.
No.
Well, he did. He had played
I was
D&D.
already played D&D. I was full nerd. We had this one architect who was very very
Insecure.
unsure of his
Insecure. There's a word for it. Insecure.
He was unsure of his ability.
Insecure.
Okay. Anyway, he was insecure.
Lack confidence.
Insecure.
Lack
So,
confidence.
but I said,
Monarchy.
this guy. I'm not going to say his name. This guy feels
You could just make a name up.
he
it
had his
doesn't matter.
first monarchy.
in front of me.
insecure.
Yeah.
My monarchy hit.
My monarchy is.
You're a
was wearing
35-year-old
white
man.
pants.
I'm 28.
It hurt so much.
But he also had the worst facial hair I've ever seen.
Oh
Yeah.
terrible.
It was like
He really just got clean shaven.
He was just.
It's funny
trying-
saying that in a room of men that all actually have beards. And
He was like trying to.
He was weak.
He was a weak man.
you know how it is.
Real man.
Yeah.
Real like us.
Let's go chop some wood, fellas.
And he's all spotty beard, like some sort of ugly woman.
Oh, like, fetch me a sandwich, wench.
That's
Yeah.
actually a fairly good description. But he said, I always feel like they're testing me in these meetings. So I said,
Which
you guys,
again was mostly Bruce.
can you guys not make him feel like he's being tested? Just leave him alone. He walks into the room.
Well, he showed up late.
The
first of all.
first thing Cliff does is, hey, I have a test for you.
I literally tested him.
You did. At least before it was figurative. This time it was literal.
Dude, he failed it. I just want to point that out. He
Yeah,
didn't.
you
make
did
it.
point that out to him.
You did.
That we made
Yep.
it and he failed it.
It's good.
Yeah.
It was. I had a great time after that.
Yeah.
Because he was like, see? I was like, yeah, you're right.
I can't refute any of what you're saying.
You
They
were,
literally tested you now. I get it. But you did fail, so.
You're
wrong
fired.
about that, yeah.
that was another Anatole that I was.
Oh, well, that guy was brutal.
Oh, that guy was amazing.
Was he?
Amazing
bad.
at how bad he was.
Oh, he was
Was amazing.
not good.
No.
It's like, no, this is wrong. You have to do it this way. And then I said, okay. So I wrote him a POC of how he was supposed to do it. He still did it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was brutal.
I was
Well,
like,
he did it with, and he was so
Oh, I like this.
that was-
Glow in the dark.
he was so cocky about the way
He
that he
was.
was doing it, and we were like, "That's a terrible way to do it."
and then he walked into Bruce's office and goes, I don't think likes me. And I'm
Who?
like, I said
Oh,
Bruce.
you said your own name.
So, fuck me.
I know, he didn't realize that. And he goes, but I said Bruce, and it's like, you did.
Oh, fuck me.
All right,
Continue
let's-
with your story.
2 lunchtime shots.
At least it's lunchtime. You know what? You should do it while you're eating.
I'm going.
No, you gotta do it on the air.
No,
That's true, you
Save
do
some,
have to
save
record
some of your cheesesteak or hoagie or whatever.
I'll just have a chaser.
Your ganache or whatever we're eating.
Is he just eating straight ganache?
It's delicious.
He made it. He's just eating it.
So he goes, I don't.
Usually that goes with a dessert, like in it.
He says, I
Yeah.
don't think Big Bean likes me. And Bruce is like, no.
I was like, what?
No.
I wanted to
Meanwhile, I've been saying, that guy's a fucking moron and needs to be fired.
Yeah. I mean, we were all saying it.
Yeah.
Did
I don't know why he... I mean, I guess I know why, because I put out a slight aura of niceness
You did.
when I...
Sometimes you can't.
People-
I thought you were nice in my interview.
I don't know what that is, because like as soon as I
Being
met you,
nice?
I was like, "This guy's a piece of shit," and I liked you
Oh.
immediately.
But that's when you meet everyone.
No. He was like, I was like, "This dude,
I could play D&D with this guy.
yeah, like this dude's gonna say awful things.
Cliff
I'm gonna
hated me
hang out with him.
immediately just because of what my role was. Like, as I walked into a meeting that Cliff was in,
Well, you were leadership. You were garbage.
I was a senior. I was a principal architect.
Principal architect.
And I walk into this meeting. Cliff's there. He's demonstrating something, and he's like, "Who are you?" Yeah,
This is how you
Up
masturbate.
and down.
this is how he introduced himself. Who are you? And I said, Big Bean, the
Good job.
the principal architect.
I'm Big Bean.
Big Bean.
That's a weird name.
This is a professional setting, Big Bean. Can I get your real name?
No.
Just call me Big Bean.
Please
I
call
don't
me
like
Big
this
Bean.
guy. It's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, honey, this guy at work calls himself Big Bean.
Big Bean. He won't tell anybody his real name.
Yeah.
So he's like, so then he doesn't introduce himself. He just goes, "Oh," and then goes back to his presentation. I'm like, this guy's a fucking asshole.
39-year-old looking 28-year-old motherfucker.
Hasn't he matured yet? He's fucking at least 39.
This dude probably has 3 mortgages. What's his problem?
Yeah.
He's
But
so old.
then he figured out I actually knew what the fuck I was talking about, and I was I was
Once I
like,
find out that you know shit, then I'm real nice.
I was immediately.
I mean,
For me.
You're okay. And he was in my interview.
I don't like popcorn. Then don't fucking eat it.
Bruce was in my interview, and he's smiling the whole time as I'm answering questions. I'm like, oh, I must be doing pretty well. He said later, I was smiling because you were doing well, and I knew you were going to be fucked when you got in here. I was like,
That's real
okay,
fucked up.
that's fair.
That's fair. Thanks.
I was
And
like,
I
this guy
was.
doesn't know what he's stepping into. And you didn't.
I didn't.
No. You were like, we're going to do this project that should take like a year. And I said, no, it's not. And you're like, you don't think that's reasonable? I'm like,
No, it
if
is.
it wasn't here, sure.
Right.
Anywhere else is reasonable.
It was a good idea.
No, I'm not saying what. I had nothing against the idea. I just
There were good ideas that happened to that
with
place.
the horrible management.
Right.
It just wouldn't happen.
The problem is that the people who were there did their thing to the good idea.
They did. They just put their splooge all over it.
Oh.
Like we use this
They're monarchy.
this CSM system called Sitecore or CMS. And honestly, Sitecore in of itself is not a bad CMS. It's fine. It does its thing. You can
Customer
all the stuff.
management system?
content management system. The problem is that we did what we do to it, which was hack the fuck out of it to make it do things it's not supposed to or wasn't designed to. Like, they were literally writing enterprise level code while we were pushing this out because the product wasn't built for what we were doing.
Yeah.
The first time they turned it on, it brought down all the servers.
Because again, it wasn't built
wasn't
to do this.
designed to do that.
Right.
It wasn't an enterprise ready system at the time.
But we bought it. We gave them a shit ton of money to basically make it enterprise, and then they turned around and sold it to all these other enterprises. Which
Thanks for being the guinea pigs, morons.
we were basically private investors,
Yeah.
like, fucking with zero return. Just angry developers.
And they always shot for the sky. They were always like, "We're going to name this system Einstein." And it's like,
No, it wasn't even that system. Or you just
No,
changed
I'm just
the
changing
I
it.
worked on Einstein.
it was
Einstein was dumb as fuck.
Oh yeah, there's not good people on there.
every time there was a, and it came back to haunt them. Every time there was an issue, we were like, "Nice job, Einstein."
Yeah.
You know what the worst part of being on Einstein was? Everyone there was Indian, but when I moved to Einstein, the lead architect was Chinese and had a completely different accent. It took me 3 weeks to understand what he was saying.
Chinese is tough.
Because it's just that they have a different accent.
Yes.
And when you're accustomed to the Indian, right, like switching over to the, you're like, what the fuck are you talking
You
about?
get an
Like,
ear for it. Yeah.
yeah, you get an ear for it, and
Yeah.
you know. But that is right. If you're gonna do Indian, they got like a.
I mean, it is. Yeah. The worst
And then the
project.
shit smell.
The worst project is they did a workforce modification project where they went from all these FTEs, full-time employees, to like FTEs leading packs of contractors because it would allow them to
Hordes.
scale
Hordes of
I
contracts.
thought you said whores.
Yeah,
because it would allow them to scale the workforce at need, right? Which theoretically sounds great, but in practice is terrible.
It is a bad idea.
And also something that other large enterprises did a decade before and realized.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was a
it
bad
didn't
idea.
work. I know. I told my dad about that, and he was like, "We did this in the '90s." I was like, "I know." they called it Project Pyramid, which were built by slaves. And I was like, how do you name a labor project after slave work?
You know why.
They know why.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We are built on the backs of contractors.
Yeah, others.
Of people.
My favorite part of that project is that they had like a 3-part thing where like phase 1 is going to do this, and these are the metrics we have to hit, and if we don't hit it, we will not move on to phase 2. So that phase 1 happened, and they didn't hit any of their metrics, and they're like, we're going to do phase 2
On
anyway.
to phase 2.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I fucking knew it.
Literally, like, you're on that call when they're, like, explaining it to the orc, and they're like, and even though we didn't hit any of our metrics, we're still going to move on to phase 2 because we believe. And you're like, oh my God.
I remember
Believe in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills first.
when we were in the
believe one happened.
Oh my God! Well, then you're right. Go.
I have a handful of belief.
Look at it.
Trippy believe all over me.
We were at
sound.
the Sitecore implementation retrospective meeting, and we had this fucking awful VP. He was the fucking worst. And he goes...
Hold on, just for context, when the VP left, HR had to supervise him giving a speech to his people.
We weren't even there anymore, and we dialed into the meeting.
we did that
Just to hear what the shit show was
hear
going to
what
be.
Yes.
what's going on. But he was in a meeting when he was still the VP, and he says, "All right, this is a safe zone. I just want to hear people's,
Thoughts,
and so Bruce starts talking about it, and he's like you could tell he was pissed that he was bad mouthing it, and then
That wasn't even bad mouthing.
you weren't even bad mouthing it. You were just like, I could have been a little bit better. He's saying something that's completely reasonable. And then I'm in the elevator with him and another fucking manager. And he turns to that manager and goes, who the fuck was that guy? And I'm like, oh, it's that kind of place.
Which is also funny because I was on several projects where I practically single-handedly got it over a finish line. And this VP stood like 3 feet in front of me while he was rallying us.
Just the worst.
And like, so he should have known who I was at that point.
Yeah.
Because I kept several of his projects afloat.
If you were not a manager, he did not know who you were. He did not give a fuck.
Yeah, he didn't give a flying fuck
about the actual, let's call it talent in this context. Like, it was wild.
And at a certain point...
I did get bananas, though.
Oh, good for you, man.
Exotic fruit.
Exotic fruit day.
Exotic fruit. Here,
We
have
got
a banana.
we got a banana, an orange, and a star fruit. That was our exotic fruit day.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I wanted to write...
Starfruit's
Why did
really
they do that? They
exotic
did
one of the
that.
bunch.
They had like a
Is
week
it?
where every day was
It's not
different.
even that
right?
exotic.
It is to me.
No, it was the
I
rally when we were
I've
trying to
seen it. I
migrate to
don't think I've ever
Sitecore.
had one.
That's what it was, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we got an ice cream day out of that where they didn't have enough ice cream.
Yep.
They also had the nachos where the other team, the bigger team, got like this whole spread of nachos.
They got
that
like
they
a
could,
taco bar.
Yeah, they had
kind
like a
of
whole
thing.
bar. And ours, they gave us a bag and a jar of
Of
cheese.
the queso?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was what we got.
I was like, you couldn't make
Was
it
it
more
store-brand queso,
demoralizing.
or was it
Oh
like
yeah,
El
it was just
Paso?
whatever. It was just
It was,
whatever.
yeah. We were definitely the redheads.
It was queso with a K.
Very redneckish. Yeah.
Made in Kentucky. Sweet.
I hope a plane hits
I'm
their
sure it's
building.
delicious.
I hope
I mean, it
plane
might.
hits each of their
Yeah,
buildings.
I could go for a 9/11 in Philadelphia.
Philly.
Yeah,
We've got a mayor that can't spell.
That's the word. That was the word.
Yeah, did you
That
see
was
that?
the
Did you see that
best.
Philadelphian mayor spell the whole Eagles?
Oh, yeah,
thing?
ELGSES.
EGLES.
Wouldn't you have thought if I'm
It
going
is
to
just
do
like
this?
ELGSES Eagles.
Look, I get it. Like
Some
she's
people
she's
are
not an
maybe
Eagles
not a-
fan, and she got into the moment and she realized, oh shit, I
I
don't
can't-
know, I can't do this.
Even
but-
Dallas fans know the Eagles chant.
It's the
you know what I mean?
spell
Like,
Eagle.
EAGLES.
Right.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But like, if you were going to do that, don't you think you would have practiced it, knowing like, okay, so how does it go? Right, because there's a cadence, right? You got to get into the cadence. Like, I get why if she didn't practice this shit. Like, what is wrong with you? You are a Philadelphia mayor.
Not only that, the word eagle is not,
It's not a
one
hard
that
word.
should trip you up in a spelling bee.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in a spelling bee and you're like, can you spell eagle? B.
Even my
N-
kid gets.
Yeah.
Let me
Do you
see.
guys- do you wanna hear
EL.
it?
Nope.
Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me be 1,001% clear.
Ugh.
Traveling to the Eagles game today is essential travel. If you are driving, just go slow, but get there. If you are catching something
You know, the Philly AG was like, you just put us in liability of so many accidents.
is essential. Thank you all so very much, and we now want to take some. Questions. Any? Well, listen, we've got to do this. Let me hear
She
you
gave me
all
one to
say
change.
ELGLES.
It's so bad.
ELGS.
I know someone who they use their cricket to make a ELGSES Eagles shirt for the Super Bowl.
That's funny. Yeah, they'll never let her live that
Oh
down.
no!
No,
I mean that's
absolutely not.
embarrassing.
No, that's a
forever.
world class fuck up.
Yeah, you can't come back from that.
And then you can tell she heard the crowd, and then she was like,
The crowd's just like, what the fuck?
yeah. She's like, I'll just jump onto what the crowd's doing.
Yeah, let's improve education. That's what I hear in your chant.
Then they had their parade, and she talked for like 10 minutes. It's
Oh,
like,
dude, she
shut
kept going.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one cares about you.
Just
Yeah.
go like, oh, great team, Philadelphia's so proud.
so
High
proud of
five.
you.
And
So
I think she made it
amazing.
political too, didn't she?
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is a time for celebration. Let's table politics.
One, your town's
for an
shit.
hour.
Yes.
Two,
Hey!
you're an idiot. What?
I love
You don't
Philly.
live there.
I know. I love it. I like being in there.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
No,
that's
you
right,
don't.
do.
You don't live Philly. You
That
just have a
technically
mailing
he does.
address.
It
You're
is.
not Philly proper.
Yeah, he is.
I am more Philly than you
He's
are.
not Philly proper.
Can you vote for the
He
mayor?
is in. His zip code is.
My zip
in
code
the
is
Philadelphia
It's
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, I understand,
Yeah.
but he's not proper.
What's that?
He's
What do you
down
mean by
76. He's down there. You're not in Philly proper.
He's still considered.
How much of this
in
is
the
breaking
Philadelphia
our,
city.
Philly anywhere. Thank you.
Philly
Philly.
Philadelphia, Ohio.
76 something. Could be any numbers after
Could be
that
like
for a
seven-
highway.
I need many numbers before or after it.
To contextualize this, I don't I barely consider the stupid fucking towns. What are they? Oh my god, what is the hilly town?
Hilltown?
Maniac?
No, Manayunk. Like, I barely consider that Philadelphia.
That's not Philadelphia,
It's
Yeah, it
considered
is.
Philadelphia.
is it?
I think
Yeah.
Manayunk has a Philly zip
Oh,
code.
okay. There you go.
Like, once you get out
Manayunk
of 76, right? That's
76
one line.
sucks.
76
I
does
hate
suck.
Oh, speaking of which, I was getting on to I-76, in this state, anywhere USA.
Uh-huh.
And,
There's a
dude,
lot of 76s
no joke.
in the
I
country.
kid you not. I had to look at the truck several times to be certain I wasn't imagining things. He gets on. He's in front of me. It's like this old Toyota Tacoma pickup, like terrible condition. And if you have to drive straight in a lane, he was literally driving like that to go straight. Like
He
it
was
was
drifting?
slightly, dude. It was slightly
that's why
cocked to
you
the side. I'm
fix
like,
your alignment,
I
children.
sat there and I'm looking at it. I'm like,
That's not good.
no.
That's bad.
And then if the truck went straight to the eye, he started drifting. So he'd have to pull it back, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck is this, man?
That's fucked
Manayunk
up.
It was the most fucked up
and
thing I've ever seen.
What?
What is the other town?
Roxborough?
No.
What are you trying to figure out? Give
The
us a
other
hint.
town. Manayunk and...
Drexel Hill?
Drexel Hill's not in
Cherry Hill?
Philadelphia. That-
Center
that's
City.
not Philadelphia.
San Francisco.
San Diego.
But there's no
I'm
context.
just
You
gonna
just
look-
said another town.
With a cha.
Conshohocken?
Conshohocken.
I love
Yeah.
Conshohocken. I used
I
to-
don't
Conshohocken
consider
is not-
Conshohocken
that's not
Philly.
Philly.
It's not
Oh,
Philly.
thank God.
It's
Good.
not Philly.
Yeah, that's like right next to Plymouth Meeting.
I love Conshohocken.
Anywhere USA.
Conshohocken.
Anywhere USA, mind you.
Conshohocken anywhere USA. Like, there's so many fucking Conshohockens in the country. No one's gonna look up Conshohocken and go.
No one's going to know how to spell
They
it.
won't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Good point.
All right, look.
How do you spell Conshohocken? Not the way you think.
Here.
It's definitely not.
Yeah,
anything.
there's a lot more
Here's
K's
what I
in there than you
consider.
thought.
Here's what I consider Philly proper, right? Like, Kensington is on the edge of Philly proper.
So should we submit this to the mayor of
Yeah, we
Philadelphia?
should.
And
Can-
say,
can you
hey, this is
please
what
read
Cliff
the-
I'm
Philly
just
zone?
saying, this is what I consider
Listen,
Philly
a guy
proper.
with lightism thinks that this is what...
I bring 4 trains. I brought my most important trains to this meeting.
You're setting them up like an audience?
Just have them like run
Imagine
here,
the
right here.
city is 4 trains.
Yeah.
right?
He has a map on the ground. He puts the 4 trains. It's like the walls, like the barrier.
This is South
city
Philly.
proper.
This is East Philly. This is West Philly, and this is
Philadelphia
North
is
My
Philly.
one-out
known-
gauge train there is going to be...
Philadelphia
one
is known for being 100 square miles, 10 by 10 miles, right? The Broad Street run is 10 miles. It starts in North Philly. It runs all the way to the Navy Yard. So wherever that is pretty much what I consider to be Philadelphia. And it's outside the limits of Chestnut
My zip
Hill.
code is Philly.
Eat shit. I don't, because you have dude, we grew up
Philly.
in a town, but our
I paid
post
Philly
office
wage
was in
tax.
another town.
Are you gonna Also
I'm not going to say that
proposed
down.
to the mayor that they rename it to Conchuchu Halkin.
The conscience.
Yes. Hawking.
There should be trains everywhere.
Everywhere.
They should be train seats.
How did you feel about the slash and SEPTA budget?
I'm very upset. They're
We
not.
couldn't leave us room for days.
You're not giving enough choo-choo money.
Also, we should rename Philadelphia Train Town.
Train town.
After your mother.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, let's get back to it. So you guys are in the throne room. You realize you can make a blizzard.
That's gonna hurt us.
Not a Dairy Queen thing, but
That's a shame.
Oh.
yeah, I know. And then there's also a couple rooms that you haven't been in yet.
Well, I think we want to take care of this mammoth. He's taking the town down to Pound Town.
He does seem to be.
Should we try to convince him to just fuck off?
No, he's a fucking evil animal thing.
No.
Is he evil?
He's been doing it for years. He knows they're causing inbred.
He's not nice.
He's not nice. Once he was like, "Oh yeah,
First
we
off,
do that."
they don't actually come out and say that these people are inbred, but the descriptions are pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chiseled
Look, there's
teeth
not
or
many
sharp
reasons why half your population is piebald.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, you explain that one for Cliff again.
Multicolored.
Multicolored face. Yeah.
What's that other thing that it's called where you have usually
Heterochromia? Two-way
no
diffraction?
where you have the splotches. It's not piebald. There's another name.
Impetigo. No, not Impetigo.
Something like that though. It sounds like that.
Empatego, isn't that like?
Yeah, it's
that's
different skin
yeah,
disorder.
it's
Isn't that herpes?
Herpes.
Kind of. Yeah, it's like herpes, but not
Impagio? No.
No, not Impagio. That's
That's an Italian dessert.
We're trying our best.
Vitiligo.
Yeah,
Vitiligo. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't know why I get Impetigo and Vitiligo mixed up all the
I
time.
know a
They
lady
actually
who has
say
that.
piebald.
I know a lady who says that. I tell her, "Don't touch me."
Freak.
Freak.
I don't know what that is.
I
is it contagious?
Can I?
You really?
Can you imagine?
Ew.
It's not too bad if you're white and have vitiligo.
That she is white. Yes.
If you're black and you have vitiligo, it's much.
Yeah, it's much more. noticeable.
It's much
They have
more
a cream for this
piebald.
now. Do you see the?
Yeah, the
Piebald.
commercial with the girl
it's
with the
called
coffee
shoe
shop or whatever.
Shoe polish. Yeah.
Piebald.
Piebald deer.
Yeah, that's piebald beer.
They go, use Mammy's shoe polish.
I didn't know that. Now, because we have a lot of deer in our area, so now eventually I'll see one, and I'll be like, it's piebald deer. And then Christine will be
You'll
like,
probably
well,
never
what?
see
And I'll be
one.
like, this
You're
is
like,
my
I'm
moment.
so smart.
This is
I'm
my
so
moment.
smart. Look how smart I am.
Yes! Yes! But I won't remember the word. I'll be like, it's a...
Look, it's vitiligo.
It's a blueberry pie
That's
beer.
a thing. That's the one with the colors.
No, it's a cocoa.
It's a bald pie deer.
Shh. Play with your trains back there.
You don't know what I'm doing.
This is why we don't let you play up front.
So
I
you're
like when cargo forward, vroom vroom.
gonna attack this mammoth, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess,
Oh.
yeah, we gotta kill it.
Yeah.
You don't have to. I mean,
We have to
Pius has
kill
to
it.
kill it.
well, Pius doesn't like liars.
He's a large creature.
He's
so
not a
he's just in
liar
the middle
though.
of the
He
thing.
didn't lie. He told you everything, honestly.
Yeah, but he's still lawful good. So having a town be tortured for a decade.
Not a fan.
I mean, is it so bad now?
How big is the room we're in?
Huh?
How big's the room we're in?
It is.
Large.
We're probably fairly spread out at this point. And
You are.
You're actually on the throne.
Yeah, I would have been investigating the something.
Oh, there's a brick over here.
Yeah. Look at this glass-like wall made of ice. Interesting.
All right. So,
Glass finds me.
I feel like I should save the pistols.
It's an
though, 'cause I'm
oval.
down to like 18 bullets.
Yeah, I would save him.
that is 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. So it's 45 by 30 oval.
Since I know we're going to do this, it's supposed to take an action for me, but could I change my packed weapon? Since
Sure.
I know we're going to attack without...
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
sweet.
He's not expecting you to attack.
Okay.
Is the throne all the way in the back?
The throne is actually like 5 feet from the back,
Okay. So we're like
and then there's a big thing of ice that is about 30 feet in area, and it's 5 feet from the side, the right side.
Okay, that's all set then.
At the
Hey, I
front.
have a question.
Yes.
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 ma'am.
Question?
What's piebald mean?
Is this place any good?
No, probably not.
Oh, you haven't had it then?
I haven't had it. No, I would never go to a place.
Please
named
try
that.
it.
I'm
What
not
is it?
going there.
Well, don't, because that's very local to your area. There's not a lot of those.
What is it? Trade store?
I was hoping that was good.
I've never. I didn't even know that place existed.
It exists. I passed it on the way here. And I was like, I bet it's a shitty pie.
Ran by a cuck. Yeah. He gets cucked. He's got a cuck chair in the next to the pizza.
This is the pizza I eat when I watch my wife get fucked.
Okay.
Here
Got
she is
hot
now.
dogs on it.
Okay.
Hot dog and ketchup pizza.
Ketchup.
Yes. It's the worst combo.
Fucking water this shit down.
There is a place around here, but they don't deliver. I don't wonder if they do. They probably don't even do DoorDash, but it's called Holy Tomato. Their fucking pizzas.
Really?
Best. Yeah.
That's the one thing that this state does great is pizza.
We do. We usually are like number one in cheesesteaks too.
Growing up in the northern part of this state, we had a. Do you remember Dominic's? Mm-hmm. They're no longer around, but that was like some of the best pizza I have ever had in my life.
Yeah, there's some really good
Just
pizza.
Dominic's
places around.
Sunrays.
I think they're still around.
They had the Sicilian pizza that we really liked. New Jersey.
It's before I
does
knew what
not
Sicilians
fuck around
were.
with pizza. I know. Then you find out who they are, and
They're
you're
black
like, God
Italians.
damn it. The Blauians.
Yeah, they are. The Moors. The Moors came.
The Moops.
The Moops.
The Moops.
Says Moops.
Well, that's a misprint.
It says Moops.
All right, ready?
Yes.
What movie was that?
That was Seinfeld.
Yes.
The Bubble Boy.
The Bubble Boy. Yeah. Jesus. Was that George playing him?
No, he guesses the Moors, but the card
But the card
has
says Moops.
Yeah.
Yes, it says Moops. Yeah.
Yes. He thinks
And
it's
George
wrong.
is like George knows that the card is wrong, and he's like, nope, says Moops.
Says Moops.
It's the best.
It's a misprint.
And then they find out like they were really mean to the Bubble Boy. All right, we rolling for initiative, I guess.
Yeah.